This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Okay, guys, so we got this whole Birdman and Lil Wayne thing going on, and it's really sad because these guys, Wendy helped set up Cash Money's deal at Universal back in the 90s, okay? So she knows these guys, and she knows how close Baby and Lil Wayne were, right? Like, they were like father and son, literally, right?
Right.
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
yes.
They were really close. Yeah.
So it's really sad to see all this going on. Wayne suing Birdman for $51 million. Obviously we all know that now. And, we thought they were going to work it out at one point. They were partying in the club a few months ago, and we thought, okay, they're talking, they're working it out. And then Lil Wayne put the lawsuit back on, and then he almost quit rap. You saw that, Wendy, right? He was thinking about quitting, because that's how frustrating the business can be sometimes. Like,
well, it's emotional, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's personal and business, and they tell you not to mix those things, but it is, And I don't know. And then recently, Lil Wayne had a birthday, and Birdman's still sending him like messages like "Happy birthday, son," like everything's cool, and it's kind of like taunting Wayne. I see, but it's like it's weird. That's not our business really, because that's a personal relationship between them. But where do you think this is coming from, Wendy, being a $51 million lawsuit?
I kind of have a hypothetical question about this. Like, how did it get to 51 million?
Yeah,
like,
why that number?
This wasn't caught by Wayne's team when it was 5 million or 10 million. Like, how did it get this extreme?
Yeah.
Where was his team? Where was his lawyer? Where was his accountant?
Right.
And if he shared the same team as Cash Money and his label, then shame on him, because he's got to know better, right?
Yeah. Now,
so it's so.
How could it get to 51 million though? Like, what do you think? And you knowing the music business and the inner workings,
it's his share of the royalties.
Okay.
Apparently, he didn't get paid his share.
Jeez.
But again, how did it get to 51 million? Like, why wasn't somebody looking for the bulk of the income? And I don't know what their contract is anymore, because I'm 20 years removed almost from what their deal was. But you get paid either on a monthly basis, you get paid quarterly, or you get paid twice a year. I know all of the ASCAP payments, most publishing payments, come twice a year. The checks come in September and March. So where was his team when the checks weren't coming in?
Right.
From what I understand,
Sound Exchange as well. Why weren't they policing that? How the hell did we get here?
From what I understand from the rumors, no Cash Money artist has ever got a royalty check.
Wow.
From the rumors.
I don't know a lot of artists that have gotten royalty checks, to be honest with you. It's very difficult to recoup.
Yeah.
I was very close to Young Buck when he was going through the whole G Unit.
I remember that you called me about that when I was working with Buck.
Hold on 1 second, Wendy. You saying Young Buck never got a royalty check from G Unit?
Not that I ever saw. And I'm not saying that G Unit fucked him. Yeah. I'm saying that he didn't recoup. He didn't make enough money for Interscope to pay him royalties. And he may have gotten ASCAP royalties. In fact, I'm sure he did. There are other places where he made money. He made money doing shows. But a lot of artists don't recoup. And I use Buck as an example because he had a platinum album.
Yes.
So it's very difficult to recoup.
Wendy Day actually got him off of G Unit. You know that, right?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she got him off of G Unit. And then I remember she called me around the time I was working with Buck. And she was like, yeah, let's keep him working. We were trying to get him working. Remember? We were trying to get him do a lot of videos. And then he signed back to G Unit.
Yes.
How did that make you feel when he signed back to G Unit after you got
Probably confused, right?
Very confused. I didn't quite understand why it happened. In interviews, 50 said that he had never been free and he stayed on G Unit.
Okay.
That wasn't my understanding from the lawyers.
Right.
So I don't quite understand. I know he was talking to Baby from Cash Money.
And he's a good guy too. Buck is an amazing person, man. He's a great spirit.
He really is.
Yeah.
He really is. Yeah. He's one of my favorite people. Like,
me too.
Take the music out of it, take the rap out of it.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite.
He's really cool, guys. really cool.
And he's strong. Like, my God, is he strong?
Yeah.
Like, he took such a beating at that time.
Yeah.
Man.
He was phone recorded crying on the phone. Like, you're trusting this guy. Yeah. I mean, anyway, we don't have to get into that, but
he got screwed by a lot of people. And I'll just say too, and maybe he wouldn't want me to say this about the crying on the phone thing, but there was a drug issue at one point, and he was very emotional at that point.
I don't blame him for crying on the phone. Like, it's emotional, man.
I agree.
This is one of the few industries where your emotions in it too, because you're spitting your life.
It's your life.
Yeah.
It's your dream.
Let's do this.
My God.
That's the reason why Drake is winning.
True.
He shows his emotion.
Yes.
He does. Emo rapper. Yeah, he does. Yeah,
emo rapper. And he's the top selling rapper right now.
True.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Rapper.
Right.
Shouts to Drake being emotional. You know what
Emo
I'm saying?
rapper.
Getting all the millions.
Yeah.
That guy is playing chess out here for real.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes. And everybody else is playing checkers.
Yeah. And I know that's been beat to death, but it's very true in this situation, guys. Now, one last thing I want to touch on. The courts have said that they're going to open up Cash Money's books now. And this is, they're forcing Baby to open the books. And I fear that this could be the end of Cash Money, honestly.
Well, my personal opinion is that Cash Money was over years ago. When he started Young Money. It's like the artists that Cash Money signed never came out, or were legacy acts. They weren't really signed to build careers.
Yeah.
I always felt like that was kind of a graveyard where rappers went to kill careers, where the careers died. But Young Money is where Nicki was and Drake was and Tiger. It seems like that was the brand. And I don't quite know why they switched from one brand to another. My guess would be that the advances that they had taken from Universal were so enormous that they couldn't really pay them back. So they switched to Young Money in order to start afresh. And that's just, I'm not an insider in the company. I don't know. That's just as an outsider.
This is where I see things going. I see the books opening and a new, how No Limit had to claim bankruptcy at one point and go the new No Limit. We're going to see that happen with Cash Money right now. They're going to declare bankruptcy and to get all this debt off their record, and they're going to relaunch as Rich Gang or New Cash Money.
Well, the sad part about them bankrupting, remember, they've got a lot of hit records. So the bankruptcy court would sell whatever their ownership stake is. And remember, they own the masters. They own the part of publishing.
That's a lot of money.
That's going to be ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. My guess is Universal will step in and own it. That would be my guess.
Okay. Well, that's insight on that. Tune in, guys, later for Wendy Day's insight on the music industry, how she set up Cash Money, Master P's deal, and how you guys can start your own record deal or your own record.
More importantly, how they can put out their own music and monetize it.
Exactly. How you can start your own career on your own. Later.